How are you all, everyone? My name is Phillip Sarofim. First off, I'm going to say that I've had an incredible time at my first Manx Club event, and it'll be the first of many. We are looking forward to carrying on Bruce's legacy, and that means hearing recommendations from you all on how we could continue to carry on Bruce's legacy in the best way possible. Anyway, I can't wait to get back together with you all again and get back in the dirt. I'm going to pass the mic to Freeman.
Okay. Hi, everybody. Hi. So I got to meet so many of you today, and for me, this is a lot about how I grew up. I grew up in Huntington Beach, and also in Cypress, California. And when I look around and I look at the Manx Club, it seems like my neighborhood. When I see what Bruce created, and which is amazing. I think that Bruce is and always has been a genius, and the Manx Club really is what Winnie did. And I think that with Winnie, creating all of you together, I think has been an amazing thing. So I'd love to have a big applause for Winnie. Yeah, and I tell you, every time that I talk to Winnie, I learn so much. And as I'm walking around and I'm listening to owners on the cars and the backgrounds behind the Manxes, I am learning every single day. A lot of people don't know who I am. I don't know if you've read about my background or anything, but I met Bruce back in the 90s, and I was the chief designer of Volkswagen in the California studio, and I invited Bruce into the studio, and we had actually had started a lot of kind of fun work that was a lot very Manx-like in the studio. And so I spent about 2 days with Bruce, and we kind of became kindred spirits at that point. We really always stayed in contact, and I went on in my career in automotive design through the years, and always saw him like up at the art center and places like that, and always talked to Winnie and Bruce. And a few years ago, I saw a Meyers Manx coming out of the Santa Monica Mountains. I had just retired from Ford. I ran advanced design for Ford Motor Company, and I looked at the Manx, and I thought to myself, there is so much magic in that Manx. So, excuse me, it's a little bit emotional, and I know it is to you too. But anyway, so I called up Phillip, and I said, Phillip, what do you think if we called up Winnie and Bruce, and let's see what they want to do with the company? So anyways, we called up Winnie and Bruce, and we started a dialogue. And they had a lot of people coming towards them, wanting to take over the company, but we wanted to have a great future for the company. We didn't want just to have another company. We wanted to bring together some really creative people that would respect what Bruce and Winnie had done. And that's what we are doing. It's a lot of work. It is a lot of work to try to catch up to what Bruce and Winnie have created. And so our goal right now is to create kind of a time machine that you can go back to when, Bruce started in the 60s. And he started with that beautiful Meyers Manx and went into the Meyers Toad, and then later into the Manxster with Winnie. And, the genius of what Bruce had done is so amazing. As a designer, as an industrial designer, as I study the design of what Bruce has done, he took this utilitarian Volkswagen chassis, and he went out to the dunes, and he looked out there, and there was already the Burrows, and there was the MPs and those cars out there, and they're great, because I see them here, and I really respect them, and I respect the craftsmanship. But what Bruce did, he put humanity to a vehicle. That's very difficult to do. Something that you connect with. Something why we're all here today. Why all these cars are here today. Even the people that decided to copy the Manx, they were celebrating something great. So I see that all the copies are welcome because they're celebrating what Bruce created. And so that's why we're emotionally connected to creating a future for Meyers Manx. And so we've got a new facility in Costa Mesa, right on the Newport Beach border. It's literally a stone's throw away from where Bruce created the very original Manx down on Lido Island, and then later with Road and Track and some of the buildings around here. We want to make it your home, a place that you feel comfortable to come into. We've already ordered 50 new bodies in every single metal flake color. And once we have all of those are going to be a beautiful display, so that you're going to be not looking at color chips. You're going to be walking in and looking at bodies. We're going to have a full color studio. We have designers that will work with you to create color combinations and accessories and things like that. And we're going to make it affordable, because that's one of the things that Bruce and Winnie really wanted to do, is make it affordable, make it so that there was a level that, connected to everybody. So that's going to take a lot of work, and we have a lot of work ahead of us. So I just wanted to introduce us and our passion for being here and being with you. And we're going to be at these events, and we're going to help any way we can to make this an even better event. Anything that Winnie asks for, we're going to give her. So, thank you.
Thank you, guys. Exciting future looks like ahead for our hobby, for Meyers Manx.